Hello, it is my pleasure to join you here as qualifying has just started at Lukov Division 2 East. My name is Quatrus.
And my name is Silly.
And we will be joining you here as round 1 has brought some conclusions because we have Rodney, the championship leader. Can he potentially extend his podium streak? Because apparently in his debut in Division 2 West, he scored the podium as a reserve driver to win an opening round in Division 2 East as a main driver. We have Young, who has won yesterday in a style at Division 2 West. We have Turu Shabam, who has got the best lap time of Division 2 East drivers with a 102.7 in the practice. We have Avaflakis, who's also in the pace here, as it's his favorite track, which guaranteed him Division 1 license at the moment. We have early laps started, and Amogus seems to have the purple sector, now beaten by Leoparder, who is the championship leader in Division 2 West, so watch out for this guy. He was second tomorrow behind Young. He has won the opening round at Flevo. He's genuinely the one to watch.
Yes,
And he has set the purple sector. Another purple sector from Leoparder. Could this be his best career season? We will see about that in around 12 rounds. However, he's tending to cross the line. The chicane. Smoothly done. Rodney sets the fastest lap time. Will it be beaten by Leoparder? Yes, it does. Yes, it is. 102.8.
that's a pretty impressive lap time there.
This lap time would have awarded him already a pole position at Division 2 West, I believe, or P2. So we are seeing that Division 2 East qualifying will be more competitive. We have Porsche 1-2 at the moment with Diamond or joining Leoparder at P2, 6 tenths behind.
To be fair, the gap to P2 is much bigger than D2 West. Like it was, the grid was closer, but we still have got 6 minutes for it to change. So
Hold on, because Dust, Dizzle, and now Avaflakis has scored the purple sector too. So watch out for Dust Dizzle, who has scored P3 last round. He crosses the line and he goes P2, 5 tenths behind. So what can Avaflakis do about that? He crosses the line and he misses out by a tenth of a second to Leoparder. Spencer is also on a lap, P3 yesterday as a reserve driver for Hue Performance. He's also looking to be competitive here. Now he dashes into the line and he goes P3 respectively. KitKat with a purple sector 3 is now at P3, 3 tenths behind Leoparder, who is still at pole position. KitKat is also the one to watch as he was P2 last round.
That's what's Young with purple middle sector now. Let's see what he can do.
They are trading the purples all the time. Now Young has purple sector 2, which means that all of the drivers have some time to gain. Young crosses the line and he goes P3, but not with that much time margin. Also, Ian ROBLOX is standing to finish his lap, but he has some traffic in person of Avaflakis. Definitely something to be annoying. And Ian ROBLOX can improve. He stays P11 because of that, red sector 3. DSF is on a lap, pole position in Division 2 West, so watch out for this guy. What he can do about that? Can he detronize potentially Leoparder? No, he goes P4. 4 minutes left. There's all to change for. There's all to fight for in the next couple of minutes. As I wanna point out that Rodney, the championship leader, is P9. Can he improve? We will find out.
Let's watch him on board, shall we? For this lap.
Does Dizzo is finishing his lap? Two greens, so he might get a big improvement. Crossing the line, and he goes P4. The gap between P2 and P4 is less than a tenth of a second. Currently on a lap, Bedogdat. Currently on a lap, Amogus Saucy Imposter. Currently on a lap, Rodney. But also Ava Flakis, who has scored the red sector. Leopard has started his lap. No. Rodney 2 greens.
Very nice line.
He's definitely not in a comfortable position, as P9 is not the position that he wants to start with. He crosses the line, he has some kind of a traffic, but he goes P5. Leoparder is still on pole with 3 minutes left. Bedogdat completes his lap to go P11.
Watch
Pure
Tiroko.
Shelvam though. And not. Oh, he aborts his lap. However, he has scored another purple. As Jung has left the server at P3. It looks like DSF is on his lap. And KitKat. And they are both fighting for position. So I guess that they are both on an out lap. Interesting enough that not any of the drivers can beat Leoparder's time. There is a time to gain as DSF now closes into Avaflakis by 4,000 of a second. He loses to him. Avaflakis can't beat this time, but he has one more lap to beat Leoparder. Spencer abandons his lap. Another driver to complete his first lap is Leon. P7 in the qualifying at Flevo. Turned out to be P11 in the race. Can he do something? He does. He moves into P13. Final part of qualifying is here, as 1 minute left. Can we see some moves in the table? We will see about that. As MJ has joined the server once again. And Rodney! Rodney goes P2 with an astonishing lap. Only 900 of a second behind Leopard, and he won't improve. So we will see what Avaflakis, what DSF, what does Dizzle, KitKat, and the others will do about that. Tirshabam goes P6. Not that much time of a gap between P1 and P7, 2 tenths, and 7 drivers in it. Avaflakis has turned the red sector. Leoparder with a red sector as well. However, he's completing the second sector. Another red. He's continuing though, in hope that he can change something in the third sector. He has a fine line. And now the chicane. Nice and flat, no mistakes. And he's rushing into the line to stay at 102.883. But, oh, Avaflakis has abandoned his lap. So can anyone also improve his lap? Does Dizzle Red sector 1, red sector 2. Following by Spencer, who has a green sector 2, so he might improve. Dizo is kinda wide in that corner. And now into the chicane. No mistakes, and we will see. Can he improve? No, he can't. He stays with red-green sectors. Spencer cannot improve. Leon improves into P12. KitKat has also abandoned his lab. Deep fried potato slice, who showed up instead of Young, so Young is not racing. And deep fried potato slice goes P12. So that wraps up our qualifying. And it puts Leoparder, Rodney, Avaflakis, DSF, Tirushavam, Dizo, KitKat, potentially Spencer as contenders for podium or even a win. Let's see what the strategies are. DSF and Tirushavam are on softs. Ala is on hards. Daniel Moy is on hards. Everyone else is on mediums. We are going green here at Lukov. Let's see what the drivers can do into turn 1. Can anyone choke? Can anyone get a nice fine line? We have Leoparder ahead of Rodney, ahead of Avaflakis, then DSF and Tirushavam. Dizo has lost a place against KitKat. At this moment, Badogdat holds the purple sector. As we have Leoparder and Rodney. Leoparder makes a corner cut. This gives lead to Rodney, the championship leader, Saigon Speedstars driver, who definitely wants to extend his advantage in the championship. Not only his advantage in the drivers, but also an advantage in constructor standings. Another corner cut by Leoparder. He drops down to 8th. He drops down to 10th. Not the start of a race that he has wanted. He definitely wanted to give another win, this time to Port Racing, as now he's now stuck with Diamond, his teammate. Deep fried potato slice with a fastest lap. As we have a 4-way fight for the win at the moment. DSF, Avaflakis, Tirushavam, who has scored the purple sector, and Rodney, the championship leader.
Oh yes, looking at the tire strategies, we can see that a lot of most of the drivers are on mediums. Two, including DSF and Tiruhilvan, are on softs, and the two teammates Daniel and Alala whatever are on hards, which indicates to me that they're trying to one stop. Everyone else is potentially on a 2-stop, but the medium runners can decide to go on a 1-stop if they would like to do that. Yes.
I don't really think that one stop is going to work because not neither any of the drivers in Division 2 West nor in Division 1 has made a one stop, I believe, and if they did, they did not make a great result, as Rodney has dropped back a bit from the top 3, DSF, Tirushav, and Avaflakis.
The gaps starting.
He would definitely want to.
Sorry.
He would definitely want to close in with Spencer, who's already behind him, and Dust in the distance. Also, interesting enough that DSF holds the current best lap, and he's on the same strategy as he was in Division 2 West race. So he believes that he can potentially win the race or get a podium with that strategy, despite his failure at Division 2 West when he finished P6.
So, small gaps are starting to form. Sorry. Rodney has dropped 1.1, 1.2 seconds already. Let's see if Slipstream can carry him along to close that gap, or if he will drop further back. That would have a not massive maybe, but it would have an impact on the constructor and driver standings as it stands right now.
From my experience at Division 2 West, it's really easy to reduce the gap when you are in slipstream at Lukov. I experienced that while chasing Young and Leoparder. So I believe that won't be a big problem, as I just noticed that Avaflakis has made a big mistake. His in P5, he was in the battle with True Shelvam and DSF. Also, another thing to notice is that KitKat has made a big drop to P11. Not the start of the race that he has wanted, especially after the astonishing debut at P2, because remember that he's a rookie. Also, Leoparder seems to reduce the loss that he has made in the start of the race. He's right now fighting with Dust Diesel for P6. Scuderia Squadra Wars Racing versus Sports Racing team in action for P6. Speaking of battles of the track, we have Deep Fried Potato Slice, who's it's a debut for him, as he didn't show up at Flevo, and Badogdat with KitKat in the distance for P9. We also have a fight for P12 between Leon and Diamond, as Leon has made a mistake, and this gives P12 the last points position to Diamond. And we have also the first retirement of the session. MD15 has decided to go on a walk.
As it seems, Rodney has picked up the lead fight again. He is within half a second. Oh, as Tirochel goes wide, I believe. He made a mistake.
Yes, but this shows excellent race pace from Rodney, because not only he managed to reduce the gap to the top two, currently DSF opening the gap 1 second between DSF Rodney and Trushavam. However, he also managed to fade away from Spencer, Dustdizzle, Avaflakis and Leoparder. So that's very impressive from him. As DSF goes wide,
but still maintains quite the gap to the cars behind. Although he made that mistake.
Interesting enough, because DSF has made his pit stop at lap 10, and we have seen the same from Leoparder and Spencer, that they started on mediums, then second stint was mediums, and at lap 13 they have pitted for softs, and they were reducing the gap to the leader Young, as overtaking myself. However, at the final 3 laps, their pace on the softs has ended. So, I believe that softs should last around 8 laps. Will this be a lap of pit stops of DSF and Spencer and Tirushavam, especially when DSF is starting to make mistakes, another runoff, and his gap is being reduced constantly by Rodney, now 6/10. So DSF has to make a decision here, and he needs to lift more and more not to fail a pit stop entry. He decides to stay out, so I guess that his strategy is the same. He will pit at lap 10, most likely.
Fights going on.
Also, it seems that no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. The fights for P2. As Tyrrell Van makes a mistake, which lets Spencer through, as I said that. And
Oh yes, Khrushchev falls back to fight for P3, so not the best start of the race. First stint with off-hue performance. They were surely planning to fight for a win. However, the ones who are fighting for a win is the Saigon Speedsters and Akaji Red Suns.
that's a very wide line by DSF.
Oh, DSF with a wide line. However, he makes it. Though he had to lift. So this will surely make Rodney a great opportunity to make some reduction of a gap.
Yes.
Astru Shavam is the first one to pit. And which tire will he make?
Mediums.
He pits for mediums.
Didn't miss the pit
Also,
box.
another thing to note is that the last driver on the grid is not on hards but on mediums, and the gap between P1 and P17, which is Ian ROBLOX 2020, is 33 seconds. %25 of the race is done. This should be the time of the pit stops to DSF, as he's starting to feel, obviously, a breath on his neck from Rodney, the championship leader. Will this be the lap of the pit stop? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He didn't bang that wall, that outer wall of the pit stop entry. And we will see if nothing is messed up in the later part of the pit stop. We will most likely choose. Oh, he misses the pit box. This will surely make him lose like 2 seconds, which could be crucial for the race in the later parts. As he's being overtaken by Tiru Shervam, so the undercut has worked. Tiru Shervam has made a great job, strategy decision with that, as he's ahead of DSF, who makes a massive mistake by banging that outer wall.
And Tyrrell Shervan also goes wide on the exit there. They really, like, this shows that they are really pushing. Like,
DSF, not only he has made a corner cut, but he's starting to lag. Last season we have seen that DSF has some real internet connection problem, as he retired many times, including round 1 at Flevo when he was on pole. And this has made him lose to Tiru Shervan by 1.4. This is just in the slipstream. However, can he make that gap reduce? He cannot! He makes another mistake. And Seth Voits is now reducing the gap. However, he loses that time immediately because DSF is on much fresher, much better tires than Seth Voits.
Let's have a look at Spencer. He's fighting with Avaflakis at the moment, and he seems to have made a mistake because Avaflakis is in front now again. Although he took a wider line through the last right-hander, like not the last, but like, you know, the long right-hander.
Am I starting to lag like that, or you are also receiving those lags?
What do you mean?
My computer starts to lag, and I wonder if you receive the same, or it's Avaflakis internet connection.
You can maybe watch my stream if you. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you mean. My stream is fine, I believe.
So I guess that's my problem. Coming back, we seem to have Rodney at the lead, and the question is, when will the medium runners start the pit? Will it be an undercut with lap 15 or lap 16? Because we have the proof that mediums can last 16 laps. It was proven in the Division 2 West race, Division 2 Warren race, but also practice races. So this will be very, very interesting as Ava Flakis and Spencer have an opportunity to undercut Rodney, the championship leader. If they will, then the penultimate lap is their pit stop lap. As Tiroshelvam is creating a nice gap between him and DSF, now it's 1.8. DSF must have made another mistake as he is right now right behind Leon in the fight for P12. The Jaguar racing driver because Akaji Red Suns. The 1-1 army here because Wolf couldn't make the race as Leon goes white, and this should give DSF the position.
Spencer has.
Yes, it does. However, he goes a bit white.
Sorry. Spencer has made a few mistakes. He's now behind Dust Dizzle, fighting for position again for P3. He needs to focus again in order to get in the smoothness he was earlier that race. I believe if he focuses, he can do that. But let's see how this race is gonna evolve.
The big problem with Lukov characteristics is that this track is very, very narrow at some parts, especially the Sector 3 chicane. So this track relies on grip and the skill of driver to adapt into the tire's condition. It looks like that Rodney and Ava Flakis are doing it the best, and also Trushavam, who's creating a gap over DSF. So these first 4 rounds, including Flevo, including Lukov, including constant track, and finally the most technical track of the calendar, in my opinion, Lodvik. These 4 races will show us at each division who will fight for the title. Right now it looks like Spencer is speeding, by the way, and also Rodney, and also Ava Flakis. So 15 laps on those mediums. It looks like that they all will do 10 laps on softs. Bunch of drivers pitting at the moment.
Dust Dizzle takes the lead, but he will have to pit eventually, so let's see. Rodney has pitted, right? He's behind DSF. So the undercut definitely is stronger, but the tire offset is also gonna probably be strong at the later stages of the stint.
I think that Dust Diesel's time comes in this lap. Also KitKats, Bedogdats. And this will make Tirshavam a new leader, obviously. With DSF trying to reduce that gap. Also, another thing to notice is that the gap between DSF and Ava Flakis is like 3 seconds. That's very, very interesting, as Ava Flakis might have made a genius decision with choosing mediums, as well as Rodney. Yes, the gap is 2.6, so Tiroshelvam and DSF might be potentially in trouble with the strategy that they have chosen. Dust Dizzle comes in P7. KitKat at P10 and Bodogdat at P11. Also, Leon has made a pit stop and he has made a purple sector 3, but eventually he didn't take that fastest lap from DSF. We will see if anyone can though.
Well, I think that strongly depends because the fastest lap by DSF was set on softs, and depends on what strategy you're on. If you still are gonna use the softs, that's will.
Watch out for Rodney. Yes, he does. Rodney has made the fastest lap. Sorry for interrupting, though.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I was saying exactly that. Rodney's on soft right now, so he was a best candidate to take that fast lap away from DSF for the
Look
minute.
at Rodney, though. He's only 8 tenths, 6 tenths behind DSF, so DSF might be in a real trouble being on those uh, old mediums, while Rodney is on fast, fresh softs. Also, it's a very, very similar situation to what we have experienced in Division 2S, because it was also DSF who started on softs and made the fastest lap, and in the second stint, a bunch of medium guys switched into softs. That made Quattros the fastest lap till the end of the race. So we will see if Rodney can bring that fastest lap home, as Rodney is now willing to overtake, fly past DSF. Speaking of fights, we have a little fight for P5. Spencer, deep fried potato in the distance, and that's Dizzle even closer to deep fried potato slice. Also, we have a massive fight for P10 and a fight for P12 between Diamond and KitKat and Leon and Badagdat. Two fights in which both Max GP Min GP drivers are involved.
Yes, and let's see. The tires have switched up. Like I can see Bandu, Klat, and Xet Voids switched to hards from mediums in their stops, which will allow them to drive to the end. I don't know.
Yes, but I think we
Yes, continue.
continue.
I don't know if that's the best strategy, but we will see how that will turn out because they have to do one less stop, and if they manage to lose less than one stop in time through that one first and second stint, then they might gain some positions here. Back to you, Quattros.
I think that we should go into the fight for P1 and P3 because Avaflak has already overtaken DSF on those fast, fresh softs, and Tirushavam is now defending for his life, but he's making a very, very wide line. Can he make it? He does. However, the gap is even slower, and it looks like Rodney will fly past him in the first sector with very, very
We have got the first
demanding
blue
corners.
flags of the race.
Yes,
For
we will see how this will work for Daniel Mo, because we have seen with new drivers, because he's a rookie, that in Division 2 West, Mixbr 16-8 had major problems in blue flags. He interrupted many people. So we will see if Daniel Mo can do a better job at that, as Rodney has already overtaken Tirushavam for P1. And also, one thing is that Avaflakis has got into the reception range of Rodney. He's looking to overtake Tirushavam, and then he can hunt for Rodney. Avaflak is seeking for his first win of career and first win of the season, and also first podium, because at level he was 5th or 6th, and Rodney is looking to extend his podium streak. Also, we have another retirement of the race, Ian ROBLOX. What do you think that issue could be?
In Roblox, maybe internet. I didn't watch him in particular before that happened. Probably maybe internet, maybe loss of interest. He was, I mean, to be fair, he was far back Although I
Well,
don't.
it looks like.
Hmm?
Sorry for interrupting because we have an important message because it seems like Daniel Mo has interrupted deep fried potato slice. We can see that with the message that he has written and that he's behind him.
No,
So,
I don't think
it,
he interrupted. He let them by actually. Like he realized that the guys are quicker, and he in first sector he went wide, like the few corners, and he let them by like without interrupting. I think that was more of a
however,
thanks. Yeah, actual thanks.
deep fried potato slice has lost some time against Spencer, against Dust Dizzle, and he makes another mistake. He's banging that wall badly. So we will see about that after the race, I believe.
As Rodney
As Daniel
has.
Mo is
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Mo is constantly being blue flagged, so that's all what I wanted to say.
Back to the leaders. Rodney is now point 0.8 in front, which how like I don't know how quick these soft tires are going to degrade, but
Um,
as it stands, he's currently still extending the lead, which well will create a small buffer to for him to not relax but have some space to play with. Let's say that.
you know what though? I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed that Tiru Shelvam is actually keeping up with Avaflakis and Rodney. It could mean that softs are officially done, and this could mean that in this lap or next lap, including that both Rodney and Avaflakis has pitted in lap 15, this could mean that Avaflakis could go for an undercut. Will he do that smart decision? No. However, Rodney goes very, very wide, and this could give Avaflakis a chance to maybe go get that lead. As Tirushelvam and DSF and Does This are making an undercut attempt with deep fried potato slice following them. So we have an interesting race with the strategies. We will see who was right, Avaflakis and Rodney, or those 5 guys who have pitted. Or maybe Tirushelvam and DSF. Remember, they are started on softs. So this will be very, very interesting to watch at the last laps of the race. As Leon is also pitting, he will most likely go on mediums, and he has indeed went for mediums. Also, I noticed that Bedogdat has made his move on hard, so he's also making a one stop, while KitKat seems to go for a 2-stop. So we have divided strategies on MinGP. It looks like though that KitKat seems to be right. However, I think that he has to make a stop. So we will see. Another very, very interesting thing to look at the end of the race.
Rodney pits.
As Rodney is pitting, however, Avaflakis stays. Oh, it's because he's on mediums. Avaflakis is on mediums, so
Does this
we
mean
will see.
Does this mean he's gonna switch on soft for the last stint? I think so, right? If he
Yes, he has started on mediums.
then that could also change things up a lot because the softs at the end are quicker, of course, and you tend to make less mistakes if the car reacts to how you want it to react. And with older mediums, I think you have like more chance to make a mistake, like a slight mistake. But yeah, that might cost you the win at the end. How we saw in Division One at the end.
I think that Avaflakis right now has the biggest chance of his life to win at FRL. However, if if he wins depends on at which lap he will pit, because if he pits at like lap 13, that then he would lose a big amount of time at the last 2 laps of the race, making him potentially unable to reduce the gap to the medium runners. If he picks up lap 31 or 32, then his chances, in my opinion, are way, way bigger. And we see that in Division 2 West, as both Spencer Rooney and Leo Parder managed to get past myself. However, they were unable to get past Young at the end of the race, making him win by like 3 seconds.
Rodney and Tirushalvam are fighting at the moment. Sector 3 right now.
Yes,
They're heading onto traffic with, I believe, all the tires, and that might mix them up a little bit due to dirty air and so on.
it's a fight for position because both Rodney and Tirushalvam had made
Yeah,
2 pit stops.
yeah,
So
those two, but not Kit Kat and Among Us Imposter in front.
yes, yes. Rodney has made his way out of the pits at P7, so he has already overtaken Diamond, with which is DSF fighting at the moment. So we have a battle for P7 at the moment, and also does this in the distance, looking to overcome them both potentially.
DSF, who looked very good at the start of the race, now having to struggle in the midfield positions is a surprise in my eyes. But yes, let me actually see. So,
For me, it looks.
Hmm?
All right. Sorry for that.
So, right now, Tirushalvam and Rodney are the leaders of the race because they have done 2 stops, and all the others except for Bad Duke, Dad, and Xet Void, and the 2 last guys are gonna have to pit again, which will mix things up a little bit again. So, and the pit window opens in like a lap or so. Yes. Continue.
You know what though? Pit stop time at Lukov is around 18 to 20 seconds, and the gap between Tirushalvam and Davaflakis is 40 seconds. So if he pits this lap, for instance, then he will have a very, very easy task to overtake both Rodney and Tirushalvam, because the gap isn't reducing that much. Even despite Rodney and Tirushalvam are both on much fresher mediums. It looks like that Avaflak, Tirushalvam, and Rodney are fighting for podium positions, with maybe DSF, Leoparder. No, Leoparder has to make a pit stop. So does Dizzle, Deep Fried Potato Slides, fighting for P4 to P6? It's how it looks like at the moment. So we are in the crucial part of the race. Will Avaflakis pit this lap? This is the lap when pit window for MMS opens. He doesn't. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He missed. He was super close to that wall. He could have made a DSF mistake. However, he just makes it into the pit lane. And we will see where he will go out. What the gap between the 2 front runners and Avaflakis will be. It looks like that he will be overtaken by KitKat, and he goes at P5. However, is right now overtaking KitKat for P4, and he shouldn't have big problems with overtaking DSF. So the gap with 10 laps to go is 3.6. If he doesn't mess this up, he will fly past Tirushalvam and Rodney. But first, he needs to deal with DSF.
3.5 seconds is a really not that big of a gap if you're on so much fresher tires and so much quicker tires, unless you bottle it or anything. But we don't hope that that happens.
Avaflakis has a really good pace at Ludwig. I've been practicing with him. He has been doing .7s, .8s. Him bottling a race is unlikely. However, a stress comes in. So everything can happen. As Avaflakis, as I said, he's making a corner cut. But however, the gap is still 3.6. But he needs to reduce that gap rapidly.
Uh,
And he does
well,
so. It's 3.3.
he didn't lose. He corner cut there, but he didn't lose too much time, like half a second maybe. And I think that's still within the tolerated spectrum of time loss. So if he keeps his head down, the race is pretty much his, I believe.
The gap is sub 3 seconds at the moment. If he doesn't make any mistake, the race win is his. And one thing to notice that last season in Division 2 we had a new winner. Chirpy has won a race and this was his first career win. Also, we have a very good, very similar situation to Division 2 last season, because at round 1, XR was the one who made his first win. At Flevo this season, it was Rodney who made his first win. And right now, it looks like Tirushevam and Avaflakis hasn't made their win yet. And Chirpy has won last season, so if Avaflakis and Tirushevam win, then we will have a situation repeating, as Avaflakis is right behind. The mistake by Rodney! Have you seen that?
Yes, I saw that on camera.
It might have been a brake failure. And Avaflakis is having a purple sector too, so he might be getting podium. He's already flying past DSF, as Daniel Mo is
Having blue
already with a blue flag. And he does overtake DSF. He's P3 at the moment. First podium, great, but first win as a podium is even better, as the gap between Avaflakis and Tirushevam is 1.4. He has made a great, genius strategic decision. Made the least mistakes, and it's now paying off. As it looks like a four-way fight for the lead, but we know what the situation is. It looks like that Avaflakis will sooner or later fly past Rodney, the championship leader. However, even if Avaflakis does overtake him, we will have potentially a fight for podium, because DSF is not that much behind Rodney and Tirushevam. So if both of them make a mistake, or one of them, then DSF could make a podium come true. As Avaflakis is officially P2 with 4/10 of a gap to Tirushevam. However, we must remember that at the later parts,
big mistake there.
both Tirushevam and Avaflakis are making a mistake. We need to remember that if Avaflakis doesn't get away, then he might lose space. He's already in his half on his stint, so like 1 or 2 laps, and his pace will be very equivalent to mediums. And he flies past. He's taking the lead. However, will he bring this home? Will he make a nice gap? He's already making so. However, he might lose pace at the end. As we know what happened to Wolf as he overslept the race. So it looks like DSF has made a mistake, so it looks like that he won't likely fight for podium. The Avaflakis is opening the gap 1 second already. He needs 6 more tenths to make it into out of the slipstream range. The power of the corners
As
between
Rodney
softs and mediums is like,
as Rodney retakes P2, I
huh?
believe.
Yes, they are still fighting for life for P2.
Oh, Tiruchelbaum goes wide, very wide. But still makes the corner.
Tirushevam is already provisionally out of the slipstream range, however he has toe from Rodney. But Rodney is 1.1 behind. But here we come with the blue flags. Will Daniel Mo interrupt some of the leaders, or won't he? Flakis just makes it away from the
And
barrier. Daniel
Daniel
Mo
makes
is
way.
gentle this time.
Alright.
So the gap is still 1.1. 4 laps left. This is the time where softs start to lose pace. And I think that we see that because the gap is still 1.1 as Avaflakis makes a mistake. However, the gap is 1.2, so maybe it was my
Yeah,
mistake.
I don't think he made a mistake. Maybe it looked like it, but he didn't lose time anywhere. So
Also, interesting enough that Spencer has made a disconnection. Spencer is frozen on the track with 3 laps to go.
no.
He was meant to fight for podium. He's right now fighting with internet connection for a life. As we see Avaflakis, Rodney, Tirushevam and DSF fly past. Now Daniel Mo and is standing still. It might be race over for him. Does Diesel right now and deep fried potato slice. It might be over. As Avaflakis is opening the gap 1.4, it's just in the slipstream range, but one corner and it should be out. As Tirushevam has lost out to Rodney by 1 second and DSF has closed in with 1 second. So the last laps of the race will be very, very crucial and interesting. Avaflakis, in order to win, mustn't make any mistake. Any. If bigger or lower range. 2 laps to go. 1.5 between Avaflakis and Rodney. As he makes a mistake! And the gap is reducing to 1 second. So, we will have potentially a fight for P1 with the final laps of the race, as Spencer is still froze. And the gap is indeed reducing 9 tenths. It was 8 tenths for a moment. Tirushevam has fallen back by a lot within Rodney.
Podium position is still in for Tiroshel though, so still a good outcome, I believe.
Yes, if he does finish P3, then it's his first podium in FRL. So, with last lap to go, anything can happen. But if it keeps on like that, then we have 2 new faces on the podium, with one being a new winner, Avaflakis. The gap is 1.1. Will there be something that will change
It's last lap now, so
the things upside down?
1 second. The gap still stays the same, although slipstream is in effect, but it looks like it.
Avaflakis is doing a great job
Yes.
on these used softs. Great strategical decision, great pace throughout the race, and the way how he's dealing it with the used softs, I have no doubt that Avaflakis deserves a win here. In his second race in Division 2 East, He tends to cross the line and he wins for the first time in FRO. It's Ava Flakis for Jaguar Racing who comes out on top. Rodney finishes second, extending his lead over the Conquerors. Tirushelvam with his first podium in FRO as well. DSF just at P4, does Diesel P5, another great result. Deep Fried Potato Slice with a great debut. P6, KitKat P7, Leoparder P8 with a fastest lap. Diamond P9, Amogus P10, Badogdat P11, Leon, we wait for him as he's most likely the one to finish P12. We also have Set Voids, and we still wait for Spencer. No, he has officially left. Spencer, and we wait for Set Voids. And that wraps up Lukov weekend. Who is your driver of the day?
I would say it's really between Avaflakis and Tirushelvam. I would say Rodney's up there too, but Avaflakis really did a great job out there today. So he did the strategy well. He was very consistent. He worked really hard for that win, and he deserved it. Like, yes.
In my opinion, Avaf is also a driver of the day. He has made a horrendous job out here on his favorite track. He was a favorite and he has paid off the expectations. Great race and one of the candidates for a drive of the season, obviously. Because this was a miraculous performance. As we will have a FRO break next weekend because of the license event, but we will come back to you in 2 weeks' time for Autodrome Constantina. We will head to Greece. My name is Quatrus.
And my name is Vasily, and thank you very much for watching.
It was a pleasure to join you.